Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, folks. I'm going to talk about a slightly different perspective today, which is video and the use of video in our client debriefs, our presentations embedded in infographics, and all manner of different outputs that video is being used in. So we see more and more video is being used today, particularly in the qualitative research area. And obviously there are numerous reasons for that. It's easier to produce. Smartphones are changing how we interact with the world. Smartphone video capture and upload is growing exponentially, and that's true through the social media channel as well. Video is a key communication method across most sites. I'm sure you've seen it from your own consumer activity on Facebook, Tumblr. Now Instagram has the ability to share video, and also through many research projects that we're seeing come to the fore over the course of the last year or two, as some of my colleagues spoke about earlier. Ethno is growing massively in its use, and particularly auto-ethno. Video diaries and the like is cheaper and easier to produce content than ever before. So why do we as researchers find video such a great medium for us to use with our clients? And I think the answer to that is pretty simple. It brings our insights to life. It engages our clients like no other medium, and helps us to hopefully inspire passion in our insight and in our projects. So I also work for an agency called Curiosity, and we've been seeing more and more demand for video from clients over the course of the last couple of years. And what that has essentially resulted in us using video more and more in our projects. But mining and editing that type of content is hugely time consuming. As a very broad estimate, let's say for every hour of video we capture, it may take us 3 or 4 hours to edit that down appropriately. So if you're doing a project and you've got maybe 10 hours of video across auto-ethno, depths, maybe some filmed workshops, some vox pops, to turn that 10 hours into your 3 or 4 minutes typically takes us 30 hours or more. So it's a real time-consuming exercise for us, and we were looking for a way to reduce that burden and to reduce that cost to us. So we've developed our own platform, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. I think the other thing to mention as well that we find more and more through our use of video is typically content tends to be used once. It tends to be used for the project or the set of objectives that we're focused on as an agency and our client is focused on, and it very rarely becomes a resource or a knowledge base that clients or indeed agency partners go back to for many reasons. But that short shelf life is something that concerned us as well, as we've been doing more and more video work. So we've developed our own solution now. I'm sure there are many other alternatives out there and different approaches to shortcutting that editing process, but we started at the very beginning by simply having our videos transcribed quickly, and that's evolved into a much wider solution. But I think the reason that we did that initially is because you can read much more quickly than you can watch. In terms of people's inflections and pauses on film, if you've got the transcription of, let's say, a 5-minute diary entry, you can probably read that, and typically we would skim read that. We're looking for specifics rather than reading every word in great detail. You can probably read that in a minute. So our solution has been built to evolve on that basis of looking and reading transcriptions. So we've built a system that allows you to search the spoken word, and it allows you to get to any point in your film instantly. It also allows you to edit the content based upon that spoken word, and we'll look at that in a moment. And we've actually also got apps coming on stream later on in the summer that will allow us to capture video directly and share that with the Living Lens server. So in developing the system as well, which was orientated specifically to save us time in editing video, there's been a very interesting byproduct, which has been in sharing the platform and the video content that we've captured through a project directly with our clients. They've explored those videos in a new and engaged way, and indeed shared access to those videos with internal stakeholders. And we'll touch on that a little bit more shortly. So let's actually have a look at the platform and show you what we're trying to do. Now this is, as I've sort of tried to explain, pretty new technology. It uses a number of different existing softwares and methods, and has integrated them all in a new way. So let's have a look at that. So let's just navigate to, hopefully everybody can see this okay. So this is our demo site. So when you've logged on to Living Lens as a platform, you'll see a number of different things. We've populated this with a whole host of videos to be able to sort of demonstrate the capability of the system. So over here we see our channels, and they can be named as the client wishes. In this instance, what we've tried to do is categorize numerous different types of theme, and within each one of those channels we see numerous videos that cover different areas. So if we go back to all channels, what we see here is each video has a title, a channel that's allocated to, a description here, and we also see this box will show tags. These videos aren't tagged at the moment. We also have the ability to add to favorites, like, and also add to our watch list, and that appears over here. We also have at the top a search bar. We'll show you how that works in a second, and an advanced search facility over here that allows us to look at keywords by channel, by date, by gender, age, and indeed video rating, and we're adding more functionality to that all the time. So let's say we've run a project and we're looking, our diarists or our participants have been undertaking video diaries, and they've been looking at particular offers that they find appealing to themselves, and we want to understand that a little bit more. So we search for the word offer, and we search through our videos. We find that we've got 13 videos that talk about offers. So actually, let's dive into one of those a little bit further. So we click on that video. Now I've preloaded this, but what would happen usually is when you click on a video, it downloads a very small copy of that video downloads locally, and this shows you what percentage of that's downloaded. It may take a minute perhaps to download sort of a 6-7 minute video. You've got a decent speed. So then we can search within this video, this specific video for the word offer. And we find that there are 8 occurrences of the word offer. We can see them here. Also, just simply clicking on a video once you download it allows you to play it. And what we see is a karaoke or subtitle type of tracking in the words below. Let me just show you that. So hopefully you see that working. So if we go back to our search, the platform allows you to find words or phrases very quickly within a specific video or indeed across a group of videos. It also allows you to navigate very quickly to those. So if I click on the word, or indeed any word, the video will navigate straight to that point. And indeed we can play it from there. So let's say I've found a number of different statements, a number of different things that Eleanor, in this case, has told me that I'm really interested in, and I actually want to clip them. I want to take those as small edits to use in my overall summary or my overall edit later. I simply click the sentences that I want to highlight, create clip, give the clip a name, attach it to a new project or an existing project, give the project a name, and I've created my clip. And we'll see that clip appear over here. Let's just create another one as well. Let's see something else. Let's go towards the end of the video and perhaps have a look at where she talks about a couple of brands and their offers, and create another clip. Add it to our existing project. And there we go. I've created 2 clips from that particular video. I can then, I won't do this now because it may affect our bandwidth, but I can then, if I choose to, I can go to my downloads. I can load the project that I just created, and then I would request my render. I won't do that now because that will send the signal to our servers to go to that source video, chop those clips out of it, and then allow me to download. When that render was available, this status would update, and I'd be able to download that as a normal file and use it offline as I could do with any other video file. The platform also allows me to add fades in between those clips, and also gives me the option of being able to create multiple projects and export those as many times as I want. So the platform is essentially helping us save time in creating our video summaries. It's also helping us help our clients to engage their stakeholders. Let's just go back to our presentation. So let me tell you about a specific client that we're working with, and a short case study on that. So we're working with TalkTalk, a very large telecoms provider in the UK, and we've been taking their video content and putting it in our platform to enable us to shortcut our editing process, but also to enable us to share the entire contents of a video project with the Insight function, with the guys that we're working with in the Insight team. And in collaboration with those guys, they have given access to the platform to their senior executive, their top 60 executives that run the organization. Now these are people who are many steps removed from the consumer, have a real appetite to try and understand the consumer and what's making them tick, but are very, very time poor. And whilst TalkTalk employ their own video sharing facilities, Vimeo for example, it's adopted with moderate success, and indeed it's unlikely that a senior executive will sit down and watch an hour's worth of video in a sort of exploratory way. But with our platform, typically they're looking for specific instances around perhaps customer experience or customer journey. So they're looking for low satisfaction, or for example customer service, and they're being able, through a combination of search returns which focus on both the spoken word and also the tags and descriptions of the videos, they're able to focus in very quickly on not just the specific videos but specific points in those videos that they're interested in watching. And we're finding it is working very effectively as an engagement tool of the senior executive within Insight, which is a real bonus for the marketing and Insight team within TalkTalk, and indeed for ourselves. So I just want to finish off by just highlighting what we regard to be some top tips for working with film. Now, I'm sure you've all got lots of experience of working with video in your presentations and in your projects, but just going back to basics, if you can form hypotheses that you can test or develop as prompts or questions within your film. So that might be through tasks or prompts that your video diarists are undertaking, or in terms of your depth interviews, or indeed your workshops. If you can have specific, clear questions and prompts within your spoken word, it will make it easier to find those keywords later on. If possible, get your film transcribed if you've got a large volume of it. You can read much faster than you can watch, and also you can navigate very quickly within Microsoft Word, for example, to those keywords. That will help you understand what's been, get there more quickly, understand what's being said, if you think that is of value, and then you can try and find that point in your film much more quickly. There is software out there that does allow you to dynamically link your transcript to your film. If you can do that, then once you've found the words that those prompts that you're looking for, you can also get to the points in your video much more quickly than just trying to manually find those points. And what we've found as we've worked more and more with the same client, and we've built, if you want, a body of evidence or a body of video content that has been transcribed or is in our platform. When we get a new brief, or even just a chat with the client to say, well, we're interested in trying to understand what this particular type of consumer thinks of communications. Our first port of call is not to design a methodology or consider how we could reach the right audience. It's to look at our existing video content that we've captured relatively recently to see, is there any mention of communications? And very, very quickly, not in a matter of days, but sometimes in an hour or two, we can say to our client, actually, here's 2 minutes of Vox Pops, or of recent video content of your customers talking about consumers, and that's an incredibly powerful and responsive thing to be able to do. Furthermore, giving clients access in a controlled way to the platform really increases their engagement with you, gives them an innovative tool that actually has a bit of wow factor, and increases your relationship and your ability to help get that client engaging their internal stakeholder audiences. So that's our whistle-stop tour of how we approach video and what we're doing with our new platform, Living Lens. And I'm very happy to take questions.